Hello Gemini, and welcome to your Astroflower reading. This is going to be an Astroflower reading from the 21st to the 28th. I hope you're all doing very well. It's a bit of a trying world out there at the moment, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's difficult, and I'll tell you what, I think with the sun kicking off, with all the solar flares that it's been doing at the moment, some of them been in the direction of the Earth. We went on to that in Cymatic TV with our energy updates for the chakras and the auras of the world. And it's been affecting all the elements within the Astroflower, and obviously the elements within every single one of us. So, I did some readings last week according to the solar flares that have been coming through. So don't forget, you should enjoy life. So don't take it. The world outside can be a little bit crazy sometimes, and the less we get involved in it, the better. You could be that bit of ray of sunshine that the world has been waiting for. Oh, look. So we're going to be doing readings this week as well to do with the equinox. So you're going to need to subscribe and click the bell. Don't forget to like and share it, because just share that love around and help your fellow human to be in the place that they're supposed to be in. That is interesting. It's very interesting reading, actually, already looking at this sort of Gemini. And it was all about community, I think, last week. And that's now coming to the fore in your life. So, there we go. Gemini, we've got your cards out. This side here is your spiritual side and your emotional side. This is the physical sort of side of life, to do with your jobs, to do with businesses and stuff like that. And this is your karmic paths. These are how the universe is trying to influence that karmic path. This is how your guides are trying to influence that karmic path. These are how your guides are trying to influence that conversation that is within you. This is that inner being, your inner being, and this is how you sort of interact with the world around you. Let's take that inner being straight away. Seven of Swords could be lying, cheating, scheming, and all of that. But it's within you, and I don't think you're a liar, cheater, schemer sort of Gemini. You're not generally like that, really. I think it's more a case of playing smart. Working behind the scenes in order to get what you want, or to mitigate any conflict and stuff like that. That's what you seem to be, worried about at the moment. That's what you seem to be a situation when kind of going, am I doing this correctly? Should I do this or should I do that to, make sure that person's okay so that they're not upset and everything like that. Well, yeah, don't forget, you're supposed to live your life as well. There's only so much we can do for others, Gemini. So on the spiritual sort of side there, the universe is trying to encourage that ultimate abundance and plenitude of everything that you would need in a relationship, or a situation, or your relationship with your family, your friends, your community and stuff like that. They seem to be providing. That's what the universe is trying to help provide for you. And your path this week is to enjoy it all. Is to allow yourself to enjoy it all. And I think that's to do with that playing smart card as well. If you allow yourself to enjoy, you will disarm any problems that may come up on the surface before they even come up. Your guides here are trying to sort of say, don't forget, this needs nurturing. So when you're happy, when you have that moment, you're kind of going, that feels good to me. Nurture it, explore it. That's what playing smart's all about. It's recognizing the things that work well for you. The conversation that seems to be in your head a little bit is more of a case of, that's the Six of Wands. So, it's growing up, it's looking in the past, it might be a case that someone's come in from the past. I don't think so. I think it's more of a case of that what you're doing is you're looking at life now and seeing what it was like in the past and comparing the two. And it's sort of saying what life is now, you've got to nurture your happiness. You've got to reinvent yourself, which I think you've been doing over the past 2 months. There's no doubt about it. Might have been a difficult and tortuous road sometimes, like anything when we start something. The effort that a seed has to go in to germinate itself and then to start building. Once it's got, once the tree is vaguely there, it's a lot easier for the plant. And it's all to do with your community that is around you. So it may be someone who's connected to your past of how, sort of saying, we're going to do a school reunion or something like that, or we're going to do an old time, meeting up with some old friends. Do you want to come over and join in? And I would accept these opportunities that sort of come to you from the community that is around you. And yeah, it may be sort of like you may be saying to yourself, I remember when I used to do that when I was younger. I remember I used to do singing or playing an instrument. Why am I not doing that anymore? And I'd like to do more of that. And that's all part of playing smart for you. On the physical front, on the material world, this is your karmic path. Bit of a nightmare, really, isn't it? Sleepless nights and worries. The worries, I think, on the material side and on the jobs and the businesses and stuff like that, it's worrying about your future, I think. Worrying about the future. Imagine doing that in 2017, right? Worrying about your future. I bet what we're living at the moment, you did not have on your radar. So I think it's more of a case of sort of what you need to learn about the physical world at the moment, the material world, is that half of your worries and your sleepless nights are unfounded. They're good to listen to, worries, because it gives you guidance for the future going forward. But the universe here is trying to encourage you to look at life differently, to actually get involved differently within the world around you, and to approach your job in a different way, or to approach your business in a different way, or to approach your acquisitions or your projects in a different way. And your guides are trying to sort of say, whatever you do in this physical world, don't forget, it should be emotionally fulfilling as well. Work is not just a case of work. If it is, then I hope you're making enough money and you're spending that money wisely in order to make your life around you a lot more emotionally fulfilling. I can understand that there are jobs that you don't particularly want to do, but you're doing it because you want the money. And that is understandable, which in France they call sort of like a breadbasket job. So you're just filling up your breadbasket so you can enjoy and live life. That's what they're sort of saying at the moment. Your guides here sort of saying, make sure you do enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, and I think you're going to get real revelations, judgment, sorry, I keep getting those two mixed up. But the judgment is the finality of something that's come to a conclusion, which allows you to ascend to do something different. And it comes back to playing the smart. Everything seems to be coming into you in the center of you at the moment that you have within you. That if you do play smart and put your pleasure and love into your relationships that you know you can do and nurture them as they go forward, the worries in your material world will, fall into insignificance, really, I think. But you have to be prepared to look at things, to do things a little bit differently. You'll be coming up into your autumn period soon, so that will be coming up even more and more and more, that hangman. But it has, with this energy coming in from the sun, and the solar flares, it has been sort of asking people to look at things completely differently this week. And I think it's really coming into fruition from the equinox. Yeah. Okay. So let's just clarify here. Let's see what's going on between these two. So your abundance and your, your plenitude of everything that you possibly need comes through your expertise in what you do in your relationships. So if you are good at good at being that person who listens, who gets in conversations that help your partner out to live fully their life. And that could be one of your expertise. You could have like expertise in the way of comedy, be a very sort of jovial sort of person. If that's your expertise, then allow that to nurture your happiness. Allow your strengths, I think this is more a case of, allow your strengths within your personality or within your spirit to actually, get involved in your emotional path that you're going forward in. And the Knight of Wands, so it's rhythmical, it's being constant within the world around you. And then you've got the Seven of Wands, so it's within that you will find protection. Within that sort of playing to your strengths and knowing to have that rhythm of life, like with the sun, of allowing that pleasure to come through, will provide protection for you, or will provide a feeling of sincerity within your good self. And the sun comes back up again. So as you nurture this, it's a repeating thing. It's like the sun. It comes up every single day, doesn't it? So if it's coming up every single day, once you get that emotional feeling of sense of happiness and stuff like that, if you nurture it, it will come back up on the surface. Karma is like that. It's a bit of a boomerang thing. You throw that bit of pleasure out there and it will come back to you. And when it does come back to you, it will be able to connect a lot of things of how you really are within you from your birth till now. Okay, let's see what's going on the material front. Playing smart, seeing things in a different way, connecting them to your emotional pleasures of what you do in your life in the way of work. That is all about playing smart, seeing things differently, allowing the universe to actually guide you from the exterior. And the Queen of Cups as well. This is bang on. Allowing your emotions to actually counteract those. This week here, you've got to learn that to trust yourself, to not worry, to lose sleepless nights over it, and to be feeling that feeling of disappointment that you might get if you do listen to that side. If you allow yourself to look at the world differently and play smart about how you get those inner visions, you will eliminate that disappointment and you will be in just pure joy and happiness. And once you realize that, it could go fast. And once it starts going fast, it's going to bring a certain revelation within you. I wouldn't be surprised if the Six of Wands came out there. We're going to connect those two there together. But as it comes in quickly, you're going to ascend to new heights within the material world, because you've looked at the life differently. Looked at the world differently. Let's just see what's going on there. So we've got the Hierophant, who seems to be coming up loads at the moment. So the Hierophant is having rules and regulations and that sort of thing. Being straight. So once you know how this works, that is that understanding, that knowledge of how to reproduce that within your life. Therefore, you can reproduce it within the community that is around you. And that is the thing that seems to be playing for you a lot more. The Knight of Swords. The Nine of Swords, sorry. So it's reflecting again. How many reflections do we get on there? Quite amazing. It's that worry within you. I think it's more a case of sort of like, yeah, when we start a new journey and when we expose ourselves by sort of saying, I'm going to do that, it does create a lot of worries. And I don't think you should worry, Gemini, so much. I think it's just a case of allowing yourself to just go ahead and do it and manifesting your pathway. So this is just the energy that is running through you, going through to your future, into the week after the 28th. So as you do this, and this is what I talk about, the boomerang, you will be manifesting that happiness within your life. You will be manifesting a very good future in the material side in regards to work and stuff like that, if you play smart. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is, she is sitting within her power. She is sitting at the tree of knowledge, but she's also smiling because she knows what she's doing. I think this is more on the spiritual and the emotional front. I think that's going to be more important for you at the moment. There may be a few worries in regards to work or your business, because I think everyone's in that situation at the moment. But it's a case of the less you worry, the more emotions that you enjoy within your work, the safer you will be. Okay, so there you go, Gemini. You're going to need to subscribe and click that bell if you want to see the readings that are going to be coming up for the equinox. They're going to be readings that's going to last for 3 months, and see what's happening over your autumn period, basically, pretty much. So it'd be an interesting one for you guys to see. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.